दृष्टुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्. Dear students, we have discussed last class the structure of alcohol and how the structure of alcohol decides about the properties of alcohol. In alcohol or COH, we have the O bond, O is oxygen bonded to hydrogen covalently. There is a wide difference of electronegativity between oxygen and hydrogen. The oxygen electronegativity very high, 3.5, hydrogen 2.1. So drift of electron takes place towards oxygen atom. Oxygen atom gets delta negative charge and hydrogen atom gets delta positive charge. The OH bond exhibits partial polar character and ready to undergo cleavage in presence of a specific reagent. Now if you come to the carbon oxygen bond, the carbon atom is in sp3 hybrid state, so also oxygen atom, and both of them have the same principal quantum number n is equal to 2. Due to this carbon oxygen sigma bond is formed due to linear overlapping up of sp3 hybrid orbital of carbon and sp3 hybrid orbital oxygen linearly along the same nuclear axis. Hence, because of extensive overlapping, this CO bond is very strong. But there is a wide difference of electronegativity between carbon and oxygen. Carbon has electron 2.5, oxygen 3.5. So drift of electron takes place towards oxygen atom. Oxygen atom gets delta negative charge and carbon atom gets delta positive charge. That means the C, the carbonyl carbon, means the carbon atom to which the OH bond is bonded, derives a delta positive charge, a carbonium character, which is having electrodeficient character in it. Hence, this is a reaction site of alcohol. The O, oxygen atom, where there are two negative charges due to drift of electron towards oxygen from hydrogen and drift of electron taking place towards oxygen from carbon. Two delta negative charges develop upon oxygen atom. So oxygen atom is also a reactivity center of alcohol, and so also the oxygen atom has two lone pairs of electron in its two non-bonding orbital. Hence, the alcohol molecule is a reactive. It has reactivity. It has reactive sites at the carbon atom having delta positive charge, carbonium character. Oxygen atom has delta negative charge, so it is reactive. And the carbon, the COH bond is around 105 degree, just like the water where it is 104 degree 30 minutes. So this bond angle changes depending upon the alkyl group. Depending upon the alkyl group to which alkyl groups bonded to the carbon atom, the bond angle will be changing. And now coming to the alkyl part of alcohol, it is purely nonpolar. And because all of them are in sp3 hybrid state, hence they are nonpolar and less reactive, least reactivity, so to say. So if you see the alcohol molecule, there is a polar part, that COH part is the polar part, and this side the alkyl part is a nonpolar part. So two type of reactivities are there. There is a nonpolar character because of the alkyl groups. In primary alcohol there is one alkyl group, in secondary alcohol there are two alkyl groups, in tertiary alcohol there are three alkyl groups. So the alkyl group concentration increases with increase of degree of alcohol. Hence the nonpolar character also diffused into the molecule. So all these factors, they will control the structural behavior, will control the reactivity of alcohol. They will be reacting, all alcohols will exhibit almost similar type of chemical properties and physical properties, but degree of the property, degree of the reactivity will change according to the primary alcohol, secondary alcohol, tertiary alcohol. I have talked to you last class, the OH bond is polar, it can undergo cleavage. So reactions involving hydrogen atom due to cleavage of OH group will be there in all alcohols. The order of reactivity will be primary alcohol more than secondary alcohol more than tertiary alcohol. Now coming to the reactivity of carbon OH bond, this bond cannot undergo cleavage. Alcohol never undergoes cleavage or never ionizes to produce hydroxide ion because the CO bond is very strong, does not undergo dissociation to produce hydroxide ion, though OH group is the functional group in alcohol. So this OH group reactions involving OH group, cleavage of CO bond will be also there in primary alcohol, secondary alcohol, but tertiary alcohol. But the reactivity of tertiary alcohol is more than that of secondary alcohol than that of primary alcohol, because in all these reactions the carbonium ion is formed as a reaction intermediate. The tertiary carbonium ion is more stable due to 3 + I effect of 3 alkyl groups than the secondary carbonium ion because of + I effect of 2 alkyl groups, and primary carbonium ion because of the primary alcohol due to the presence of 1 alkyl group. So the order of reactivity involving the reaction of OH group, the cleavage of CO bond, will be there in primary, secondary, tertiary, but 3-degree alcohol is more reactive than secondary alcohol than primary alcohol in the reactions involving the replacement of OH group. Then reactions involving the carbon atom and the alkyl groups or the molecule as a whole, in this reaction they differ. In case of primary alcohol, we have 2 hydrogen atoms bonded to carbon. In case of secondary alcohol, we have 1 hydrogen atom bonded to carbon, and in tertiary alcohol there is no active hydrogen atom present. Hence the reactions involving the carbon atom or the molecule as a whole will be differing. This I have discussed in my last class. Now we will now taking all these fundamental concepts into account, we will be discussing the chemical properties of primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol. Now chemical properties. Now if you look to the primary alcohol RCH HOH, then secondary alcohol RCRHOH, and if you come to tertiary alcohol RCROH. Now there are 3 types of reactions this alcohol will give. If you see in one is first type of reactions is reactions involving the active hydrogen atom. What is this active hydrogen atom? Drift of electron take place. So hydrogen atom has delta positive charge, oxygen atom has delta negative charge. So here also the same thing, it has delta positive charge, and this oxygen atom has delta negative charge. And here also the same identical, we have the delta positive charge, delta negative charge and 2 lone pairs of electrons. Atom, that is cleavage of OH bond. This OH bond undergoes dissociation. Then second type of reactions is reactions involving the OH group. Replacement of OH group will be better word. Replacement of OH group. Here that is the cleavage of CO. This bond take place, this bond undergoes cleavage. What happens here? Drift of electron take place, carbon atom has delta positive charge, again delta negative. Here drift of electron, this has delta positive charge, delta negative, and here also different delta positive. This, so all these three alcohols, they have the carbonium character in this. So in this order of reactivity, so here order of reactivity is in first type of reaction, order of reactivity we have discussed in our last class. Vividly I have told, here 1 degree is more reactive than 2 degree more reactive, 3 degree. In this the order of reactivity is order of reactivity in this case 3 degree more reactive, 2 degree more reactive, 1 degree, because in these reactions the carbonium ion is formed as a reaction intermediate. I have explained you that last in my last lecture. Now coming to the third type of reactions, the reactions involving the molecule as a whole, we can say as whole, or we can say the carbon atom, type of carbon atom. We have this is the type of carbon atom. Primary alcohol, secondary alcohol, tertiary alcohol we have, so they differ. So here 1 degree, so why? Now in case in primary alcohol there are 2 active hydrogen atoms. So these 2 hydrogen atoms, reactive hydrogen atom, they will undergo oxidation very easily because they are susceptible to oxidation. And there is only one alkyl group. There is a plus I effect because of this alkyl group. So this positive charge density decreases. Now when you come to the secondary alcohol, these 2 alkyl groups, they increase plus I effect. Here also plus I effect, and because of the positive charge density of the carbonium carbon decreases, hence the reactivity of the carbonium decreases, so the rate of reaction is faster. Now when you come to the tertiary alcohol, there are 3 alkyl groups. So here plus I effect, 3 plus I effect that take place. So here also the same thing, so they differ. In this, so first reactions, they exhibit similar properties. So they exhibit similar, the alcohols exhibit similar in first 2 properties, and in third reactions involving this they differ. So I want to say you, all alcohols, they give similar type of reactions involving the active hydrogen atom, the cleavage of OH bond, and the cleavage of the replacement of OH group, generally nucleophilic substitution reaction, and the cleavage of CO bond, and reactions in this they exhibit similarity, but order of reactivity changes. And in case of tertiary alcohol, there is reactions involving the carbon atom and molecule as a whole, they will have primary alcohol has 2 active hydrogen atoms, whereas secondary alcohol has 1 active hydrogen atom. There is no active hydrogen atom in tertiary alcohol. And there are 3 alkyl groups, so the polarity, non-polar character is more, and then this. So in these reactions involving the molecule as a whole, they differ. So now for students of +2 science, just I can say you this, then how to go into the study the properties of alcohol. Generally what happens, the students, they remember the properties and they forget in the exam hall, or always they have a fear complex. Now just I want to give a trick, as I have given you a trick in the preparation of alcohol, the HRG I gave you, HRG, hydrolysis of organic compounds, then R, reduction of carbonyl compounds, then G, Grignard reagent synthesis. Here also I am just giving a clue. Now see alcohol. What is alcohol? Alcohol is neutral and it has a narcotic action. What is this narcotic action? It gives such a type of, when you take alcohol, anybody, if you go to an alcohol bottle, the alcohol is injurious to health. It is written. But if you see in front of the alcohol shop, there are huge queues that the police controls. Nowadays you must have seen how people are crazed to take alcohol. Why? Now, because when one takes alcohol, he increases a in him, he gets a lot of energy in him, because this alcohols undergo oxidation to form aldehyde or ketone, which gets oxidized to form carboxylic acid, and then which gets oxidized to form carbon dioxide and water, and lot of energy is produced. So it is alcohols have, that is called narcotic action, that it is first it gives you a lot of somebody's if you see a person in a Hindi film, when the hero gets frustrated, he goes to a shop of alcohol and a bar, sits in front of the man giving alcohol, gives a big thumb on the table and asks for the alcohol and drinks the alcohol. One cannot drink alcohol like this. Only Hindi heroes, film heroes can take alcohol, they take the bottle. No, they cannot, because it is a burning sensation. So how they take the alcohol? They take a glass, then they add some ice cubes, then they add alcohol. The alcohol is measured in pegs, just like they measure it. So the 1 peg, 2 peg, 3 peg, the shopkeeper gives to him. Then he takes alcohol and keeps something in front of him, some tasty food he keeps, and goes on eating it and goes on taking alcohol. So they take alcohol just like hot tea we take. The alcoholic persons, they go on sipping the alcohol, because it creates a burning sensation. By putting the ice cube, it creates an anesthetic sensation in their throat, and they do not have the burning sensation, and they take it. The moment they take alcohol, it attacks the retina. So if you see that, and when many those people, they take alcohol, their eyes become red. So with the poets, they write a poem, they write the red eye, that's a red eye. That red eye is a bad sense, that is anger. Eye of anger is called, don't show red eye to me. But the red eye of alcohol is called drunken eye. The eye is red, and the eyelids, they go on closing slowly when one takes alcohol. It attacks retina, then on taking alcohol, then it attacks our central nervous system. All the nerves, they get slowly attacked, and it attacks the limbs. And at last, the man who takes alcohol, he loses his thinking ability, judging ability, and conscience he loses. Now that means one loses becomes more feels more energetic when he takes alcohol, feels more energetic, and he loses his reasoning sense. He will, when somebody go to an alcoholic person and ask him, Bhaiya, can you lift this? He keeps a cycle. And can you lift this? He will take one cycle. I will lift one hand one cycle, another hand another cycle. Give 10 cycle, I lift. But if you give a chuck, he will put it. Because at that time all the nerves are attacked to him, and these fingers will not be working. Then he takes alcohol. Then ask him, Bhaiya, can you lift this? He says, what this? I will stop a Coromandel Express by one hand. I mean to say here, any alcoholic person feels himself or herself abundance of energy in him, and he forgets his worries and feels free and thinks something big and goes on becoming happy. And if it goes on taking alcohol, then his limbs do not work, because nerves will not be functioning and fall down like this, or he is trembling and walking on the road just like a crocodile, and one can see by seeing him can say that he is a drunkard. All this point I want to say, any person taking any alcohol feels himself or herself a source of power. He feels powerful. Source of power. Then how the power is measured? What is power? Energy. The energy is measured in arc, joules. Then if it goes on increasing, by horsepower. So any person takes any alcohol feels herself or himself a source of horsepowers. Lot of powerful source of horsepower. Then how much? He says, I will stop the Coromandel Express, means mega horsepower. So any person taking any alcohol feels as if he is a source of mega horsepower. M-E-G-A, mega, a source of horsepower. So this comes to a person. All alcohols give this. But different than if you take a Sardarji and if you take a Telugu person, Tamil person or a South Indian and take a Odisha person and make them alcohol. Make them alcoholic. That give them alcohol. They will go on drinking. Now in drunken state, you go on drumming. You just go on drumming or give a tune. Jhanda uncha rahe hamara. You give the tuning. Now first the Sardarji will jump. His Bhangra dance he will start doing. He doesn't know what tune is there. But there is a tune. He starts jumping. So then the Tamil person, he will also they are Southern persons. They feel always they are very powerful. So he start dance. But Odisha person is very shy in nature. So the moment the tune comes, he goes a Odishi pose and stands. So my point is here telling you, my children, that the ODC, the dance distinguishes a Odisha person from this Telugu or South Indian or a Sardarji. So I take now a mega ASHP ODC. So I say that any person, the ODC is a difference, distinguishes the three drunken persons by the dance and a source of mega horsepower, all alcohols. So I want to tell you this. The reactions involving the active hydrogen atom, they can be explained by the code MEGA, and reactions involving the OH group is a source of horsepower, similar, and the reactions in which they differ is ODC. So this is the code I take you, children. You can remember mega ASHP ODC for discussing the properties of the alcohol. Very easily you can remember this code, and they will give you the mega is reactions involving hydrogen atom, cleavage of OH bond, and ASHP the reaction involving OH group, the cleavage of CO bond, and ODC the reaction in which alcohols differ. The alcohols they differ in this. So let me now expand this. What is this? What I mean by this mega ASHP. So because very often we want to go serial and we want to revise our subject. So if we go by this code, then it will be very, very easy for you to remember the properties of all the three types of alcohol is mega ASHP and ODC. This mega is reactions involving hydrogen atom, the cleavage of OH bond, similar, and ASHP the reactions involving the OH group and the cleavage of CO bond, and here ODC the molecule as a whole. And in these reactions in mega ASHP they are similar, but the order of reactivity differs, and here ODC this distinguishes the alcohol. If you want to distinguish, if a question comes to you, a student of science, +2 science or 12th class, a question comes in board exam, what are the properties in which the three types of alcohols that differ? Mention two important properties by which you can distinguish primary from secondary from tertiary. This may be a question to you. So you remember the ODC, take O, oxidation, D, dehydration, C, reaction with chlorine. Now I am expanding to you what I mean this mega ASHP. So this is a reactions involving hydrogen atom, hydrogen atom, active hydrogen atom, that is cleavage of OH bond. So here the reaction is, what is this? Reaction is mega, MEGA. What is this? MEGA. So reaction with metals, all alcohols react with active metals to form the metallic, to form the alkoxide and liberate hydrogen. And E is the esterification. All alcohols react with carboxylic acid in presence of concerned sulfuric acid to form an ester. The reaction is called esterification. And G, reaction with Grignard reagent. All alcohols, they react with Grignard reagent to form alkane. And A, all alcohols react with acetyl chloride to undergo acetylation reaction, which is used to test for alcohol. Mega. Now we'll come to the reactions involving OH group. The reactions, second type of reactions, the reactions involving replacement of OH group. So the code is what? A source of horsepower. ASHP is the source. So is ASHP. A, reaction with ammonia. Reaction with ammonia. All alcohols react with ammonia to form their amines. And S, reaction with concentrated sulfuric acid. And H, reaction with halo acids to form alkyl halides and halo acids. And P, reaction with PCl5 or PCl3 or SOCl2. In all these reactions, they are similar. Thionyl chloride, they are similar. And reactions involving molecule as a whole. So here they differ. In these reactions they differ. And what the code I gave you? ODC. O stands for ODC. O is oxidation. All primary alcohol gets oxidized easily because it has 2 hydrogen atoms. Secondary alcohol has 1 active hydrogen atom, can be oxidized. Tertiary alcohol, no hydrogen atom, will not undergo oxidation even with strong oxidizing agent, but under extreme conditions, drastic conditions, one of the alkyl group gets oxidized to form carbon dioxide and water, so it produces, but the reactions are totally different. Then comes D. You have the 2, dehydrogenation and dehydration. Dehydration. Here all alcohols, they undergo this, in these properties they differ, they form different compounds, and the reaction is reaction with chlorine in presence of sodium hydroxide, or potassium hydroxide. So in these reactions they differ, and in all these reactions involving these 2, mega ASHP, they exhibit similar. And in these reactions you have OH group. Here 3 degree is more reactive, then 2 degree more reactive, then 1 degree. In these reactions involving hydrogen atom is 1 degree more reactive, 2 degree more reactive, 3 degree. Children, one thing I want to tell you, that if you have your own imagination, if you have your own innovative thinking, how I can capture this topic, how I can solve this topic, instead of going through the book, instead of listening, instead of remembering and writing, this is a very useful way, that mega ASHP ODC, that mega, a source of mega horsepower. I am a source of mega horsepower. Why? Now you see MBBS, I have taken from this MBBS, Bachelor in Medicine and Bachelor in Surgery. MBBS, when you open the abbreviation is what? Bachelor in Medicine and Bachelor in Surgery. Exactly same thing I am taking, mega ASHP, a source of mega horsepower. So this is the way I have taken, very innovative way. You can remember the properties of alcohol and revise yourself while taking bath. Think properties of alcohol, mega reaction, reactions involving hydrogen atom. What are they? Reaction with metal, esterification, Grignard reagent, acetyl chloride. Then go on writing the equations in your mind. By the time your bath is over, your revision is over. Then you come and you are dressing up reactions involving OH group. Then what are the reactions? A source of horsepower. Reaction with ammonia, reaction with halo acid, sulfuric acid, concerned sulfuric acid, reaction with halo acids, and reaction with this PCl5 SOCl2. Finished. You are dressed up. Then you go have your breakfast. The reactions in which the alcohols differ, ODC, by the time oxidation, dehydrogenation, dehydration, reaction with the chlorine, by the time your breakfast is over, your alcohol properties are over. Finished. 10-15 minutes time, you are finishing alcohol every day, and let him ask any question he likes. You can answer exactly much better than the book has written for you. So go by this. I assure you, my children, every topic that I will be teaching you organic chemistry, I will go this abbreviation to you and give the codes. With the codes, you can just, I gave the code to you, preparation of alcohol as H or G, then exactly that way you can do it. So next class, I will be discussing to you the reactions involving hydrogen atom, reactions involving OH group. Thank you very much.